Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the Sunday Sub Battles livestream. Hasby first. That's a nice change. And Louis, welcome to the livestream. As always, we'll be waiting for everybody to show up. So in the meantime, we're just running through some daily missions here, seeing if we can get a hold of that Which Xenon Yornda Mana +1 thing that's going in the dailies at the moment. Galia, hello, you're Lindsay Lohan. Oh dear. Does anybody want to be Lindsay Lohan these days? She's seen better days. No art juice today. I'm all out, so water. We'll see if my vast powers can survive the lack of arc juice. I love fighting the AI. They bring out the weirdest stuff. Hello, so is the man. Welcome, welcome to the stream. On Twitch, I see. As always, I do advise people to go to the Twitch channel if you possibly can. It's more reliable. And again, as always, I am on a Scottish internet connection, which is incredibly unreliable. So if the internet does happen to go down, it will only be down for about 30 seconds. And then we'll be back up. But, just so you know, it's a possibility. Yeah, kitty cat for the win. Try Paul, what is my favorite resource? Probably light. Probably light. Light got just about everything. It's got really good removal spells. It's got really good low-range creatures, really good mid-range creatures, really good high-range finishers. It has a decent AoE in Holy Spear. And it even has its own version of capture in Urgent Arrest. So yeah, probably light. Second would probably be nature, simply because it's got the little trap creatures, the hidden spider and the ambush vine, which are phenomenally useful. But yeah, light does seem to be DevCat's favorite, although they tend to create more interesting cards for dark. Hey Neon. Hello, Matteo. Everyone keep your fingers crossed that I can get my mana Which Xenon Yornda blah blah blah. It's the last fight. The problem with light is the lack of transformation spells, you think, Matteo? Well, I mean, it's not really a problem with light. No camp should have an answer to every single situation. The idea of the different camps is that, you know, you use nature for particular kinds of cards, you use light for particular kinds of cards. That's the way it's supposed to be. It doesn't really work out like that for a lot of cases. Gold is weird, for example. There's no sort of obvious purpose behind gold cards. Nor is any real obvious purpose behind dark cards. Nature has its unique trap creatures. Light has obviously the really good removals and finishers. But the other camps are a little bit vague as to their purpose. It would be nice if the camps did have more sort of restricted use. You know, you go to light for, say, revival stuff. You go to nature for field flooding stuff. You go to mana for board control stuff. You go to darkness for revival stuff and all this kind of. I think I said revival, but you know, grave manipulation stuff. That would be pretty cool. But they don't do that. That's fine. Hello, Academia. Welcome to the stream. What are you going to transform creatures into with light? You could transform them into doves. Yeah, symbols of peace. Why not? Frankly, you could turn them into angels. Half the time, there's unnecessary command hunting. Half the time, the angels aren't actually very useful when they're summoned onto the field, so transforming somebody's big creature into an angel could be pretty good. Cheng Li, hello. Welcome to the live stream. Alright, let's fight. Let's see if I got my mana Yornda, whatever her name is. I don't have her, so I'm aiming for her. But I also don't remember her name. using a Warlords Vanished Thieves book deck just because it's fun. Brown, hello, welcome to the stream. I meant to set up a bot actually to like spam the donation thing. Well, not spam, but like every 20-25 minutes. Put it into chat. Ah, didn't get it. Wow. Got two possible cell souls though. That's handy. Yeah, we got one of the cell souls. What a huge surprise. Alright, that's done. Okay, so the idea for today... The idea for today is that we will be doing the Sunday sub-battles, and then we will just go over the finalized rules and structures of the tournament. And that'll be that. Fairly short live stream today, because family is arriving today, so probably won't go over 2 hours. So, let's make a start, shall we? Feels like a lazy sort of day today, so we won't have any fanfare or drum rolls or anything like that. Let's go with round 1 sub-battles. Round 1. Who wants to get involved in that? I'm assuming Neon. But yes, if you're interested in getting involved in the Sunday sub-battles, put your in-game name in the chat box. I will pair you off with somebody else. And then I will spectate and commentate over your fight. Neon, you announced my stream in Twitter and Facebook, but didn't register in game tweet. That's a shame. Yeah. I do sometimes wonder if they kind of screen, I suppose, the tweets that make it. Although, I mean, for a while we had some guy who was just posting nothing but like racial epithets, so I don't know. Maybe it just takes a while. Or maybe they won't allow anything with a link in it. It's a possibility. Anyway, round 1. Round 1 we'll just have free-for-all. If anybody has any ideas for modifier for round 2, shout it out. Otherwise, we'll come up with something random at the time. Neon, registered to you to every round. Yep, no big surprise there. So, Neon works. Okay. This is Academia chat box in Twitch or Discord or something. Not sure what you mean, Academia. Chat box in Twitch or Discord or something, I don't know. People are talking on YouTube and on Twitch. Everybody can read everybody's messages right here on the screen. But unfortunately, there's no way of allowing Twitch and YouTube to directly sort of communicate with each other. And I would prefer that people talked actually on the Twitch and on the YouTube rather than in the Discord, because it just helps to make the place feel more busy. And also, I can't read Discord properly. Academia, you mean to put your in-game name? Oh, you mean... No, I mean in the actual chat box. In the chat box you're talking in now. Discord, I don't watch Discord. Apart from anything else, a lot of people have difficulty having all these multiple things open at the same time. So just try to keep everything onto the one Twitch thing. But yes, if you want to have a fight, put your in-game name into the chat box in Twitch or YouTube. Yay, Sharon. Okay, so Academium. Neon, you'll be fighting Academium, so burp, burp, burp. That's the name there. Arcadean. Okay, good. Water went down the wrong way. Let's see. We'll open this up as well. We'll wait. What am I missing? Too many things. Still don't have Lilith. Disappointing. Neon, your card of the day has a link and it was posted in game. Maybe only one tweet per person per day? Possibly? Yeah, there may be like a 24-hour thing. I don't know. That'd be interesting to experiment with and find out, certainly. Or maybe it's just taking a really long time to appear. We'll just keep checking here. I mean, Kengi's got a couple of things up there. Neon, you've got a couple of things up there, but I don't know when you posted them. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe. And yeah, I can see your link there. Shame that people can't click on it actually in-game. But so it goes. Limeflower, hello, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you. It feels, as I say, like a lazy sort of day today. I think everyone's having really good weather all over the world, so everybody's out and about exploring and whatnot, rather than here watching the live streams. Brent, Leo, so sub battles, regular decks, and no gimmicks is out in the tournament. Basically, yes. You can use any deck you like, any character you like, but don't use hardcore gimmick decks. So no Gates of Hell, Waves of Life, dedicated Jurgen decks, nothing like that. We experimented with allowing that, and it just ended up pissing everybody off, both players and watchers. But yeah, as long as it's not a hardcore gimmick, it's allowed. And apart from that, there's no rules. You can do whatever you like. Let's make a little... There we go. Okay. So while we... Oh, wow, I got 4 messages. Hold on. Gift from Whippy. 4 gifts from Whippy. Thank you very much, Whippy. I appreciate that. Intrepid has actually left the game and has donated a bunch of cards to me, which I need to slowly purchase off his shop. So that's going to come in very, very handy, because we will then use those cards for tournament prizes. Okay, so while everybody figures out whether or not they want to get involved in Sunday sub battles, Neon and Academium, if you guys would like to get a start on the fight, please log in now and let me know in the chat box when you're both ready to go. Then on your marks and get set and go. I will keep an eye on here and constantly refresh to wait for the transition. I'm pretty sure. Do I have you added Academium? I don't know. I do have Neon though. Oh, Brentley, you are Academium. Okay. Good. So right. Well, when you guys are prepared, jump on in. Benasser, hello, hello. You have to add me. Okay. Well, just you don't need to add me right now. Just add. Make sure that you have Neon Works. That's him there, and then fight. Brown, nice weather. It seems the UK dumped its rain on Germany. I would be sorry about that, but we get so little nice weather here in Scotland that, frankly, suck it. I'm going to enjoy my sunshine. It's actually been surprisingly nice here. I may be doing some a somewhat special video tomorrow for the PvP Platinum video, depending on whether or not the weather holds up. We shall see. Make sure everyone's on the edge of their seats. Aricias, thank you very much for the gold. I appreciate that. Well, Neon, you misspelled his name, but sure. Academian would be the... Is that the correct spelling, or is it academician? I don't know. Academician? I don't know. It's terrible. I used to teach English. I see the Whippy, Yellow Dragon, and Zik are all in and fighting. So tempting to jump in and spectate them. Alright. So, Academium and Neon. Says your friends already, apparently. Unless Neon accidentally... Well, Neon might have dropped you off his friends list. Oh no, you got it. Good. Excellent. No Arc Juice. I know, Brown. I have no Arc Juice today. I'm all out of Arc Juice. There's none left in the house. It's tragic. All my powers have left me. Okay, the request is sent. Just waiting on the response. Which does not seem to be occurring. There we go. Good. Transition. Hark jizz. Ugh, no. 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 Apart from anything else, there's no reason I would be drinking that. Okay, so Academium up at the top with a neutral hero and 2 mutants. Neon works down at the bottom with a Lysis and 1 mutant. Drops an aggressive card appraiser, which is immediately snagged out by the hunt. And let's see, Neon decides to charge up, switches from an offensive playstyle to a defensive one. Is Academium going to continue to be defensive, or is he going to bring out something aggressive? Nope, decides to continue to play defensively, tries to maintain resource parity. Percival, you'd like to taste it, would you? That's a little creepy, but okay. Golden Garden Cat comes out just before Academium levels up, so this puts him into an awkward situation. Academium decides to answer that with a Taukaka, an aggressive play there, one that might work out in his favor. Let's see if Neon decides to answer that or level up first. The Golden Garden Cat does get its ability off, and Neon does decide to ignore the Taukaka and get the level up. The Taukaka's attack, that's 6 damage off. That Golden Garden Cat, of course, continuing to put 1 extra resource into Neon Works pool every turn. So Academium does need to get rid of that Golden Garden Cat as quickly as possible. A discard into light could be an interfectum, could be building for something. It was building up to an ambush. An expensive removal for Taukaka. But it does at least get that 6 damage off the board immediately. Now Academium leading in terms of resources, but let's see if he can do something interesting here. Nick Stalker, hello, welcome to the stream. Brings out Automata Turk, very interesting, okay. Out in front of the Golden Garden Cat, are we going to see a command hunting come out now onto the Golden Garden Cat? We're not. It's a discard into nature, implying perhaps a hidden spider in case of a removal on the Turk. That Golden Garden Cat continuing to survive, given Neon, 3-4 extra resources at this point. That's pretty darn good going. Neon now sort of leading in terms of resources with 218 up at the top and 627 down the bottom. Casanova's Mask comes out, snags the Turk. It was a hidden spider that was put into the grave, but unfortunately that's going to cause Academium a lot of problems. He only has a lot of resources into nature, and that doesn't really come with any good AoEs. Capture comes out to snag the Automata Turk back, but it does reduce its attack value to 0, meaning the Automata Turk is more or less useless for a couple of turns now. He's not going to be summoning anything of any worth whatsoever. That Golden Garden Cat still alive, continues to do what it does best. It will not die to the Hidden Spider, but it will put the Hidden Spider into the grave now. So let's see. Surprise attack comes out. Take care of the Automata Turk. Neon Works taking no chances whatsoever with that Turk. And reached level 3. So Academium's turn once again. Really has to get rid of that Golden Garden Cat. It's causing way too many problems out on the field with that constant resource growth. Fortunately, it's... oh, wow. Forest Fire -1. An interesting play there. Very expensive removal onto that Golden Garden Cat. But it does allow him to get it off the field and level up to 3. So level 3, 3 resources. And Neon at 6-1 and 9. A lot of potential moves here on Neon's side. Decides to bring out Witch Cheshire, playing that one aggressively, even though there's no enemy creatures out onto the field. Oh. Margin, guess who crawled out of the Margin Lab? Yes. Yes, did you bring Boo with you? And yes, of course Neon is fighting. Of course Neon is fighting. It's a Sunday sub-battles. It wouldn't be the Sunday sub-battles without Neon fighting. Academium discards into the grave in order to build up for a hunt and removes the Cheshire. Interesting. Afraid to keep it on the board, I guess. I mean, 5 attack value, it's pretty powerful. Neon decides to charge up on the first time. He goes into darkness, which is not bad. Charges up again, goes into light, that's good. Balances out the resources a little bit better. Half-Life 3 confirmed. Also Illuminati and so on. So Neon goes for a 3 charge just to maintain as much of a resource lead as possible. Academium does the same thing, trying to regain as many resources as possible. Conventicle comes out, but nothing happens. Conventicle. Yes. Nerva Lilith incoming, Brown. Do you think so? It doesn't look like it. But that would be interesting. So that Conventicle, unfortunately for Neon, just wiped out his darkness resources. Of course, Conventicle, the problem with that being that the has to have 3 creatures with less than 5 cost in your grave, and Neon just didn't have any creatures with less than 5 cost in his grave. Lisa Lovelock comes out, energy 3, very interesting, and the Automata Turk again. So Academium deciding to go very, very aggressive now, draining all of his resources right down to minimum. And hoping that Neon won't have an answer to it. So let's see what happens. Out comes Ambush. That is going to take care of both of them. Lisa Lovelock's ability, of course, activates. Does 3 damage onto Neon, taking him down to 19 HP. But unfortunately for Academium, that's left him in a pretty awkward situation. Neon decides to charge. And will he do it again, or will he play something? Nope, he'll charge up, and it goes into mana, of which he has more than enough already. Academium charges up 3 times, trying to regain resources while the board is clear. Neon charges up. Goes into light, that's good for him. Charges up again, does he? A little bit difficult, the Cat Merchant sometimes predicts the future. And charges up again. Okay, so both players just trying to charge up as much as possible. Trying to get their resources to where they need to be to get more aggressive. Academium's built up to a decent amount now. Should be able to answer anything that Neon throws out. Although, of course, the same goes for Neon, who's playing defensively again. Both players really just circling each other like boxers in a ring at the moment. And nobody wants to make the first move and have it countered. Tuboa, hello. Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you. Another charge. Goes into mana. That's going to hit 20 soon. Once it hits 20, of course, the charge cannot possibly go into the 20 resource anymore, so that at least gives Neon a 50-50 chance of it going into either light or darkness. Academium revives out of the grave, causes 4 damage to himself, not too bad. Both players more or less equal in HP, and fairly even in terms of sort of effective resource use. Decides to discard into the grave, into nature, so that looks like it's another hidden spider. Interesting. And Caligon, you are late. For shame, for shame. And now comes the Golden Garden Eagle. Very interesting play there, given that it's not going to do anything. Obviously, its ability is all about diving around the battlefield and causing extra damage. It's not going to activate, but that is 12 damage on the field. Doesn't need to be answered. Neon answers that and brings out the hidden spider. Matteo, it actually can go into 20 resources. You just don't get anything. It can't, actually. Once you've got 20 resources into something, it won't go into that resource again. Unless there's been a stealth change to it in the last 3 days. Casanova's Mask comes out. Very interesting. Snags away the hidden spider. Not entirely sure why Neon decided to go for that. But, okay. Snagged the hidden spider onto his side of the field. Got it out of the way of the witch Cheshire. So that's 5 damage out on the field. Of course, the spider paralyzed for 6 turns now. So the Golden Fogel skill, no work, double G. The Golden Eagle didn't work apart from anything else because there was no creature on the field. I mean, even without the gold being at the right level, it would still have moved and done some damage. Energy Kun, hola. I don't speak Espanol, unfortunately. I can sing a song in Spanish. I can't really speak it very well. Cheshire pulls a card out of the grave, but obviously there's no enemy creature to transform into a black cat. So nothing happens there except Neon gets a card back out of the grave without having to revive it, which is nice. Decides to charge up, probably a triple charge here because he has battlefield control. Yep, no reason to do anything else. Let that 5 damage come out of Cheshire. Build up the resources, see what's going to happen here. At least a Lovelock comes out, but without Cheshire being dealt with, that's not going to help. Ooh, Academium not really realizing that that wasn't going to work. The Lisa Lovelock immediately transformed into Black Cat. Pegasus, hello, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you. Neon charges up. The Witch Cheshire, of course, will kill that Black Cat, no problems. So it looks like Neon's just going to gather up as many resources as possible, tries to regain darkness after that conventicle mishap. And Golden Garden Cat comes out onto the field. The hidden spider, of course, still paralyzed for how many is that? Can't tell. 4 turns, it looks like. President of the Lynn fan club arrives. Yes, welcome, Pegasus. President of the Lynn fan club. And Academium brings out the Hunt, kills the Cheshire, but leaves the Golden Garden Cat, perhaps? Let's see. I mean, the only resource he really has left now is mana, and the charge goes into that as well. It's not really going to help him very much, unfortunately. No AoE spells under mana, no common AoE spells under mana that could kill the Golden Garden Cat. Neon charges up. Again, no reason for him to do anything else. He has battlefield control, so now he just needs to make sure he maintains resource control as well. Academium is now within fatal range of that Golden Garden Cat. Absolutely needs to deal with that as quickly as possible. But in an awkward situation, a lot of mana, but no nature really, and almost no gold. Out comes the Automata Turk once again, placed in front of the Golden Garden Cat. An Arrow of Revenge comes out, just do a little bit of damage, but it feels more like spitting in the wind. I think he anticipates that Neon is going to have no difficulty removing that Automata Turk out of the way of the Golden Garden Cat now. And there it is. Casanova's Mask pulls the Automata Turk over onto his side of the field. And now Neon charges up a couple of times. That was good, he says, finishing his sportsman like. Whoop, that was amazing, says Academium. Also a good loser. And the Golden Garden Cat with an adorable little mew, lands the finishing blow. Congratulations to Neonworks and well played to Academium. Okay. So that was a taster of the Sunday sub battles. Anybody else who would like to get involved in the Sunday sub battles, where your fights are spectated and commentated over by me, and are performed against another player, put your in-game name into the chat box in YouTube or Twitch, whatever you're on, and you will be assigned a battle partner. A gift from Thekas, thank you very much. A discount coupon is always nice. Always nice. And there we go, refresh that, because I don't like having those little things flashing up in the corner. Too long, Bren. Well, no, it's good. You know, both of you guys are doing very well there, holding off against each other. Nicely fought, nicely fought. Okay, so anybody else for the Sunday sub battle? Sign you in, Matteo. Sermo, okay, so Sermo. Tibble wants to know who's selling Beastkin Jurgen. He's not. I didn't think he was that uncommon on the stores. I tend to see him every time I jump in there. Okay, so Sermo wants to fight. Who else wants to get involved? Don't be shy. Come on, come on. Okay, Elbio, WWF MN. You will fight Sermo. So WWF MN versus Sermo. Kemenai, Yellow Dragon. Dragon, there we go. Okay. Sorry for being so long, Leon. Trying control playstyle. Don't need to apologize for it. It was a good fight. Okay, so Sermo versus WWFMN. I'm assuming that I have you guys as friends. I'm assuming it's like 86 people on my friends list now. It's impossible scrolling through everyone. Da, 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 da. I don't see either of you immediately. I thought I had Sermo at least added. Apparently not. Okay, well, WWFMN or Matteo, either one or both, send me a friend request and I'll add you so that we can spectate your fight properly. Yeah, it's not you either. Okay, well, one or both of you send me friend requests and I'll add you. Okay, Sermo versus WWFMN. Woof, we'll just call it. And then Kemenai, Yellow Dragon versus somebody. Who wants to get involved? Come on. I know it's a lazy day, but God. All right, so WWFMN. Do I have 3 slots or am I going to need to remove someone? I am going to need to remove someone. Okay. All right, the rule is, send me a friend request during the live stream. I will add you for sure, otherwise not. Okay, well, Reaper's been away for 12 days, so delete. And delete. And if you're watching Reaper, I apologize. If you'd like me to re-add you, just send me another friend request. No problem. And that's Woof. There we go. Deboa, you really liked my video with Beastkin Jurgen Mono Dark. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I felt like I was kind of selling my soul a little bit making that video, but hey, people seem to enjoy it, so that's nice. Whippy, you're short of deck ideas. We expect better from you, Whippy. Brown, you can play, but only if it's the next battle waiting for flight boarding. Fair enough. Okay, well, we'll put you up against Yellow Dragon, and we'll make you the first fight. Okay, so, but in fact, we'll do that now. So, Kemenai, Yellow Dragon, versus Brown. Please add each other as friends, and then when you're ready to fight, comment in the chat box and let me know. Have you both added? Good, good. Except Brown keeps disappearing off the list. Not fun how Mabinogi Duel just does it sometimes. Oh well. I'm assuming you guys both have each other added already anyway. Yellow Dragon and Butts Nuts. Neon, you can battle multiple times for whoever wants to battle you in the sub-battles. Well, we'll put you down again, then why not? It doesn't look like we're going to have like round 1 and round 2. We'll just have an extended round 1. Nope, not yet. Okay, so well, in the username is Buttsnuts. B-U-T-Z-N-U-T-Z. You sent a reply, good. A request, rather, not a reply. Good. At least back online again. Crassus, God of War. Alright, good. Looks like it's holding online now. Alright, so it'll be Yellow Dragon versus Brown, and then it will be Sermo versus WWF MN, and then it'll be Neon versus whoever is brave enough to face off against him. Yeah, good. Looks like the transition's happening. Long transition. There we go. Okay, Yellow Dragon up at the top with 2 mutants, Brown down at the bottom with 3. Yellow Dragon using the L hero, and Brown using Brant, which is quite interesting. An aggressive leopard, which is answered by a Mana Book of Knowledge. Interesting. And Yellow Dragon throws out an Arrow of Revenge in order to ensure that he'll be able to level up to level 2 as well. So Brown levels up, Yellow Dragon follows suit, and the leopard now has a couple of defense points, which is nice. An elf comes out in front of the leopard to block it, and Brown charges up with his second move. Yellow discards a dark card into the grave. Interesting. Building towards something or discarding. I mean, the only trap card Darkness has really is... well, Stone Curse, but he also there is also seals, the TBT cards. Might be that. Brown discards into mana, could be counterspell, could be counter summon. Discards into darkness. Okay, so a lot of discarding happening on both sides. Interesting. Yellow Dragon thinking about it. Both players doing well for resources and decently for HP. Brown falling a little bit behind, but not so badly that he needs to be too worried about it. An aggressive elephant comes out on the side of the leopard, so it looks like Yellow Dragon's playing a fairly low-cost chip damage deck at the moment. What will Brown do to answer that? Answers that with a, what is that, a -1 Nature Golden Bomb Squad. Yes, a -1 Nature Golden Bomb Squad. How very interesting. That won't do enough damage to kill the elephant if Yellow Dragon uses a removal spell. Because, of course, it's -1, so it's level 1. Tsubaki Yayoi comes out onto the field, and Yellow Dragon decides to charge up. So not worrying too much about that Golden Bomb Squad, just going to let it do its thing. The elf will kill that leopard, but the Tsubaki does kind of need to be answered. The difficulty here, of course, is if you answer the Tsubaki and it goes into the Nature Golden Bomb Squad, it will kill the Goblin Bomb Squad, but the Golden Bomb Squad's ability won't kill the elephant. So he decides to ignore the Tsubaki, which is a bold move, and instead discards. Tsubaki says Pegasus with hearts in his eyes. He does appreciate a good Tsubaki. And Tsubaki deals a little bit of damage. Yellow Dragon levels up. Both players now at level 3. Skeleton comes out. So yes, a very aggressive chit damage deck, this one. Martin, is there any new deck video incoming? You're excited to see a new video also, Tsubaki. Yep, there's a new deck video every Monday. And it was a TBT Blackstone's Crest. It was a Crest trap card. Yellow Dragon, of course, does enjoy those. And out comes a Lilith. Boom. And down go those two creatures. Ouch. Galia, the tournament's ban list is quite interesting. Removals that were banned last time aren't banned this time. Yes, it is quite interesting. And Brown brings out a Piolet and takes care of those hypnotized creatures. Yes, okay. So a Lilith, Nerva, Piolet combo. Very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. So yes, ouch. Okay, yes, that turns that into that, but again, the problem with Lilith is that she is susceptible to those high power removal spells. Out comes Lady Cher, immediately zapped by that Piolet. Margin's Lilith, yes. And out comes a skeleton. Alright, so both players struggling a little bit for resources now, but Brown with board control. Revival, which of course hurts Yellow Dragon a little bit due to L's ability. Now with 5-2-3 resources, that's not great for answering the skeleton. Decides to go with the Goblin Bomb Squad, but plays it aggressively, doesn't play it in front of the skeleton, knowing that he can take more damage than Brown can at the moment, forcing Brown into more of a defensive position. And another Goblin Bomb Squad -1. It's always so weird to see a nature -1 Goblin Bomb Squad, but it's working out quite well for Butternut so far. So let's see. An aggressive elf play on the side. He's using up all his resources now, trusting that Yellow Dragon doesn't have any more sort of nasty AoE effects that he can bring out. Imagine, so you're not the only one who thought to put a Piolet in a Lilith deck. Honestly, if anybody's running nature these days, their first thought is Piolet. So it's not uncommon to see. Nata comes out, blocks a skeleton, and another aggressive skeleton comes out into an empty slot. The two Goblin Bomb Squads kill each other, and it is Brown's turn once again. Now, Brown does need to be a little bit careful here. If he doesn't kill the skeleton and the Nata, he runs the risk of his skeleton being removed the next turn. It's not likely based on Yellow Dragon's resources, but it is possible. If Yellow Dragon's hoarding something like a shield throw. Well, no, a shield throw wouldn't actually work, would it? But if he's, for some reason, if he decides to run a slingshot, that could possibly take down that skeleton. Okay, so an Arrow of Revenge goes into Yellow Dragon, hurting him a little bit, but not too much, and that extra 5 damage comes out. So Nata charges up its attack value. If Yellow Dragon can remove the skeleton, then that is a good game, but he is unfortunately just too low for a flame emission. Decides to bring out a Leopard defensively in front of the Elf, and it's unlikely he can do anything else at this point. Decides to... revives out of the grave, and unfortunately for Brown, because of the enemy creatures in the grave, that does just give the skeleton fatal damage, and Yellow Dragon manages to seize the victory just by the skin of his teeth there. Very, very close match. Well played on both player sides, good decks, and well fought. Neon, you're so jealous of that deck. Which deck? The Lilith Nerva Piolet deck. Martin, you're so happy you managed to get Nerva. Yes, Nerva's a really good card. Very enjoyable. Okay, so Sunday Sub Battles. If anybody's interested in getting involved, leave your in-game name in the chat box, either YouTube or Twitch. Either one is fine. And you will be paired off against another player, and then your battle will be spectated and commentated. Next up is Sermo versus WWF MN. So when you guys are ready, please comment in the chat box to let me know, and then send each other battle requests. I will just continue to refresh this until I see the transition happen. That combo owns you, the Lilith Nerva combo. It's a nasty combo, that's for sure, but it's not unbeatable because it's very expensive. Play aggressively, force your opponent to answer you in the early game so that they don't have enough resources to bring out both of those cards at the same time, and you completely screw up their tactics. Boop, ready! You'll send a request, and Sermo's ready as well. Excellent. Good. On your marks, get set, goat! Don't know why I'm talking very British today. I was watching some QI, some Stephen Fry earlier, so maybe I've been picking up the Queen's English from there. All right, here we go. Oop, decided to refresh for some reason, and spectate. Okay, Sermo up the top with no mutants, using the Awake hero, and Woof down at the bottom with 3 mutants using the Cheshire hero. Interesting, interesting. So are we going to see some tiny hippo gameplay from Sermo? Could be. Brent, if you play aggressive, they just drop Lily and not Nerva and hypnotize the creatures. Yeah, when I say play aggressively, I don't mean flood the field. I just mean drop creatures that they are forced to answer or take a significant amount of damage from. It's difficult to win when you're using a chip damage deck against a Lilith deck. Nouriel, hello, welcome, welcome. Awake hero margin, yes, yes. who I've always thought of as being the sort of another version of Sarah. But I seem to be the only person who thinks that Awake is Sarah. So chime in who you think Awake is in the storyline. All right, so some very aggressive plays here coming out. The elf, the grave rat, the Kadir's flying sword, creatures and removal spells are flying. Yellow Dragon to beat Nerva plus Lilith, you need to have a really aggressive cards like Telkaka, Wolf, etc., which is flooding the field. If you don't flood the field, they'll keep on charging until they can summon those two. Yeah, but if you do flood the field and they're smart about putting their removal cards into their other two camps, they'll just remove the larger threats, wait, and then they'll just drop Lilith. Flooding the field is not a brilliant idea against Lilith unless you are really, really sure that you can get in there hyper fast. If you have a Phantom of the Wolf, then yes, flooding the field might pay off. But given the Lilith's ability activates at whatever level she's at, it's very, very risky. Because if you flood the field and she brings out Lilith, and they bring out Lilith, you're just screwed. Neon, it's actually bad to play aggressively against Lilith Nerva deck, more transformation for Nerva for energy. Yeah, that's the problem. You play aggressively, but not flood fieldy, unless you are really sure that your Phantom of the Wolf deck can hammer the HP down first. But sort of powerful aggressive cards, single cards, Triss, if you can bring him out really early, would work. Anything that creates more versions of itself. Cheap variants work as well. I mean, if you're running a traps deck, that's okay because Nerva gets a lot of energy off it, but you don't lose many resources because you've only spent on 2 cards. It's okay. It's tricky, but yeah, play aggressively in the beginning. Force them to remove or die. Most of the Lilith Nerva decks haven't got removal spells from what you've seen. Really? Then you've been fighting some very bad Lilith Nerva decks. Because that's the whole point. Hello, 09. Welcome to the stream. Witch Xena comes out, and another Grave Rat and Nature variant. Very interesting. And the Execution, of course, on Sermo's side. And the slimes. Mukro Agesco comes out to take care of that Witch Xena. Boom, down she goes. The Executioner is going to take care of that little frozen statue. He does enjoy a little bit of ice sculpture with that gigantic axe of his. And those slimes continuing to charge themselves up, which is very, very cool. And the Executioner removing that last creature. Fantastic. 09, how's MD? Haven't played in a very long while. It's good, yeah. I mean, it's pretty much the same as it's always been. We've had some more collaboration cards. CGC has come out, which the first lot of CGC cards were very cool. The second lot, I'm not so fond of, but there's a couple of really good ones in there. Snake Tamer Nicholas comes out on Sermo's side. Lucky that those slimes did not end up in the middle. And that allows a Water Drop Snake to come out. Very, very full battlefield here. Oh, that's unfortunate. The slimes just killed each other. Oh, that is bad luck, actually. That was a 20% chance and a 25% chance that would happen. Ouch. Margin, if you run Lilith Nerva Illugressa, is it counted as a gimmick? Depends on the rest of your deck. Honestly. That's basically pseudo-gimmick. But in terms of sort of like what's allowed for the tournaments and so on and so forth, it would be borderline based on what the rest of your deck was consisting of. So WWF has got to do something really special here. Brings out a Hunt, but that's not quite enough. Oh, but the Triss comes out and that does block. If Sermo has enough, if Sermo has like a dark Ice Spear, then Sermo can win immediately here just by casting that and removing the Elf, which will free up the spot for the Water Drop Snake. But let's see. Mukro Algesco comes out. That's going to go onto the Triss. And another removal spell? Maybe? No? A charge? Just going for a double charge? Just going for double charge. Okay, interesting. Alright, so the Pan doesn't really do anything. The blue Scale Snake kills the Triss. And the Water Drop Snake hammers into the Elf. WWF MN in an awkward position here. Not doing... too great for board control. Manages to get rid of that Pan and charges himself up. Drops into Light Elf. Nicely played. Very well defended there. But Sermo with a lot of dark resources here. A Hellhound would guarantee victory. A Lucky Drag to Hell would guarantee victory. Discards into Darkness. What are we going to see here now? Armor of Blood. Oh no, that is going to be it. Armor of Blood comes out, kills everything except for the Blue Scale Snake, charges up his defense, and Blue Scale Snake manages to get the finishing blow on WWF MN. Ouch. Well played to both players there. Very interesting decks on both sides of the field. Very, very cool. Margin, because you ran a deck like that in Master Duel, you felt sort of bad about it, all winning kind of easily. If you're up in the Mastery arena, you basically have to use gimmick decks, unless you're running like really, really solid, just staple decks. It's basically your choice is either like just standard, solid, elf, hellhound, that kind of stuff, or full-on gimmick. Master rank is just basically nothing but gimmicks. Good match, good game, very nicely done. Okay, so that was Sermo versus WWF MN. Well played, well played. Okay, so next up, Sunday Sub Battles. If you would like to get involved, put your in-game name into the chat in either YouTube or Twitch. You will be put up against one of the other players, and then your match will be commentated and spectated. Don't stoop so low to use gimmick in Masterclass. Follow Kengi's example. Yes, Kengi is one of the few people that actually has managed to get up into like top 10 without using a gimmick deck to do so. We're all extremely impressed. But yes, if you can possibly avoid it, don't use gimmick as a general rule, hardcore gimmick. But if you're in the Master Arena, don't feel too bad if you do, because. All right, so who else wants to get involved in the Sunday Sub Battles? Please put your in-game name in. Neon's already signed up for another game. So you can fight again if you've already gone. Or if you're new and you would like to get involved, please do. It's open to everybody. So please get involved. Samurai Quack commands it. I really wish he wasn't, like, looks weird with the green screen effect. It's bizarre. Okay, so, Brent, otherwise known as Academium, you'll play again. Good. Okay, well, we've only got Neon signed up so far, so I'd rather not put you guys up against each other again. So I'll put you on the second slot then. Duck Shogun, yes. Samurai Quack. Samurai Quack. Kemurai, I don't know what you're doing, but it's terrifying me. Whippy, get involved. Bring out one of your fun decks. You know you've got one. Or just bring out a normal one. No pressure. No pressure. Except for all the pressure. Oh, man. This water is not doing it for me like the Arcadean does, I must admit. Whippy, join. You're going to sign up. Okay. Give me Neon versus Whippy. I'm assuming you guys have each other added as friends. In case you don't, Neon, Whippy's username is on the screen there, W5WL. And who wants to fight Academium? Come on. Be bold, be brave. Seize life in both hands and throttle it to death. Or not. Samurai Quack has asked you nicely, though. Alright, well, everybody is summoning up their courage, girding their loins, and so on and so forth. Let's have Whippy fight Neon. So, 09, you want to get involved. Excellent, okay. So, 09 versus Academium. Yellow Dragon, you're up for another one. Okay. 09, you're downloading Mabinogi Duel at the moment, though. Okay, fair enough. All right. Okay, so let's do Neon versus Whippy. When you guys are ready and have each other added as friends, please let me know in the chat. And then on your marks, get set and go. Tibua, your IGN is noob, playing every day, but you're low level. That's fine. You can go up against Yellow Dragon. So, Tibua. Nick Stalker, you're up for a fight. Good on you. That's the spirit. They've gone from British Queen's English to Australian. Good on you, mate. That's bonza. That was a flawless accent, by the way. Yes, that is his name. Yes, that is his username. Just had to double check that was who you're up against. But yes, that's correct. Alright, looks like Whippy and Neon are transitioning. And there we go. What cards are banned, Lane? No cards are banned. This is just a Sunday sub battle. It's very relaxed. The only thing you're not allowed to do is bring a hardcore gimmick deck. Whippy up at the top with L and 5 mutants. And Neon down at the bottom with Elysis and 1 mutant. Interesting, interesting. Whippy brings out a Kadir's Flying Sword and it's immediately boosted up thanks to Elysis. So thank you, Elysis. Or was it? It looks like it was. Or was it just boosted itself? Might just boost itself. Surprise attack comes out. An expensive removal on Kadir's Flying Sword, but necessary. And the elf immediately comes out and is definitely this time boosted by Elysis. Dingo, says 09. Do you mean bingo or are you actually being Australian? Dingo got my baby. That was less good action. Kadir's Golden Garden Cat. Not Kadir's Golden Garden Cat, but it's from the city of Kadir. So the Golden Garden Cat comes out. And is immediately murdered by fire. That poor kitty. Aww. Hardcore decks with million cost cards. Yeah. Yeah. Gimmick decks tend to be pretty expensive a lot of the time. Elf does a little bit of damage to Neon Works. Both players now at equal amounts of HP. A Mana Vampire +1 comes out. Drains the Elf's HP. 09, you're having an error. Oh, that sucks. It's not that access error, is it? Because I have that as well, and I never got it to work. Holy Spear comes out. Yay! I do like seeing people with Holy Spear. Holy Spear comes out and murder. I mean, I probably should be cheering. Yay! Neon's characters are dead. But I just like it when people use Holy Spear. It's a really underrated removal spell. Elephant comes out to block the Lady Share +1, but the Lady Share +1 did actually get an attack boost off Elysis, which is fantastic. 09, it is the access error. Ooh, that sucks. I never got that fixed. My phone is still broken with Mabinogi Duel. I don't know how to fix that, unfortunately, but a few people have been complaining of that problem. Take a screenshot and send it to DevCat is the only thing I can suggest. They may need to do something at their end. Okay, so the Lady Share is fighting the elephant, which is adorable and horrifying at the same time. Tip was, so early Spear. Yes, it was very early Holy Spear, but you assume that Whippy knew what he was doing. 09, you tried the emulator. Good plan, that's what I'm using. If you have a computer with a good processor and good RAM, then go for Nox, is my suggestion, N-O-X. Spirit of Seduction, Lusalka comes out, a card we have not seen often. Light Elf comes out and snags the elephant. Oh my god, we're actually seeing the return of the Lusalka deck. That's fantastic. And horrible. And fantastic. And horrible. I think most veterans remember well the Lusalka deck. Oh, out comes an ambush, and that is going to be costly for Whippy. That does take care of basically everything on the field except for the elf, but the elf can't get through the Kadir's Flying Sword. It's just going to keep putting its defense right back up to full again. So there it goes. The elf does a little bit of damage. The Kadir's Flying Sword just basically repairs it all again. Hooray! And Neon charges up. Will he do it twice? He's going to play defensively here, or is he going to go for an offense? He goes for an offense, drops the Golden Garden Cat, which of course is going to force a response from Whippy with 12 damage out onto the field. Goblin Bomb Squad comes out in front, and the Command Hunting to take care of the Golden Garden Cat. Q Lee is the one to blame. What, for Lusalka's return? Or Lusalka originally? For making that Lusakla deck. Yeah. I know, I still remember, back when Lusalka was released and everyone was like, oh, she looks kind of interesting. I don't think she's very viable, though. And then, Q Lee came up with a really effective deck, and suddenly everyone was running Lusalka. And she got nerfed like 2 weeks later. Whippy charges up and it goes into mana, which is okay, but I'm pretty sure I'd prefer some more resources into light at this point. But let's see what he decides to do next. Revives from the grave, which of course does hurt Neon, thanks to L's ability. And the Golden Bomb Squad comes out in front of the Kadir's Flying Sword. Neon Works doesn't have enough to Mukro Algesco, that Golden Bomb Squad, anymore. So he's pretty much going to have to just accept the Flying Sword's imminent demise. Decides to charge up a couple of times. 3 times, in fact. Okay, decided to play more defensively. He's going to wait and see what Whippy does, and then answer that, it looks like. Lei, you think you can play 1 match before go to work? Okay, excellent. All right, I will write you down then. You can go up against Nick Stalker. Lei KBZA. Okay. Neon charges up, charges up. There it is, 2 charges. And is he going to go for a 3rd, playing it defensively? He is, okay. So a lot of resources going into nature there. The Kadir's Flying Sword hammers into the Golden Bomb Squad and immediately dies to its effect. And Whippy brings out a Kadir's Flying Sword of his own and charges up. Snake Tamer Nicholas comes out, summons the Habu Snake. Ooh, that's unfortunate for Neon Works because just, you know, the Habu Snake, it's not the greatest card. Neon would love some more balanced resources, yeah. Okay, so Neon with battlefield control, but Whippy has actually managed to climb back into the lead in terms of resources. Great, great. 09 is working out. Fantastic, excellent. And in-game, your Nahuali. Okay, good. I'll just make a little note there. Nahuali. Okay, and Whippy is thinking about it. What to do, what to do. Let's have some water. Fresh off a Scottish mountain stream. Which is true. Golden Bomb Squad comes out in front of the Nicholas, which is an interesting play, and he decides to charge up again. It goes into mana, which is slightly unfortunate, and another Nouriel Gasco comes out. And that is not, in fact, going to kill that creature, though, which is quite interesting. So is Neon's going to have to use a removal spell if he wants to kill that frozen creature, but he doesn't. Instead, he just waits for the freeze. Interesting. Interesting. Not really sure why, but presumably he had a reason behind it. It does prevent the Golden Bomb Squad from getting an attack off onto the Nicholas, but all that really does is just delay the attack an extra turn. Holy Missile comes out and weakens the Golden Bomb Squad. Okay, so that ensures that when Nicholas kills it, he won't actually die to the Golden Bomb Squad's effect. Alright. And 09 has added Academium, which is great. So Neon charges up a couple more times, trying to regain resource parity. And the Golden Bomb Squad's effect activates. Doesn't quite kill the Nicholas. And an elf comes out. Neon, misplay with Mukro. I did wonder. Okay, so let's see. A lot of potential answers here for Neon Works with his 7 nature and 8 into light, and there's one of the answers right now. The command hunting comes out. Of course, all of this is really only providing him with 3 damage on the field, so he brings out Kadir's Flying Sword, which makes up for the 3 damage on the other 2 creatures with a hefty 8 damage of its very own. Nouriel, no juice. No, I don't have any Arc Juice in the house. I ran out yesterday. I'm very upset. Whippy discards a gold card in the grave and goes for Backdoor Deal. That is interesting. Okay, uses it to pull the Kadir's Flying Sword over onto his side of the field in front of the Habu Snake. Now that's an interesting positioning because while the Habu Snake will reduce the HP to 1, the Kadir's Flying Sword will just regenerate whatever its lowest stat is. In this case, it would be the HP. Interesting. Neon charges up, and the attacks go in. Kadir's Flying Sword regenerates its own attack value. The magic missile comes out, takes care of the Snake Tamer Nicholas, and that 8 damage comes out from Lucar. Ouch. Neon has to remove it, and he does so. Takes care of the Lucar immediately. Charges up. And will he charge up again or play something very aggressive? Yes, he goes for defensive, and I think that was the right play. The Kadir's Flying Sword does that, and ouch, out comes the light command hunting, and that is going to do it for Whippy, who manages to seize a surprise victory at the end there. Very close fight. Very well done on both players' sides. That was right down to the wire, that one. Very, very well done. And Whippy, once again, not disappointing, with a weird little backdoor deck. And Lusalka, yes, of course. Tiboa, the Arcadean want a later friendly duel, send you a quest again. Maybe now accept you. Yeah, keep trying to send me that request. So I have gifts from Twilight, Asia Meme, and 09. Thank you very much, peeps and peepettes. I really appreciate it. That's going to go towards cards, which will go towards videos. Tibua, maybe we can do a friendly duel later. You'll have to talk to me in Discord. I have family arriving, so basically any time. So I may be occupied with them tonight, but get in touch with me over Discord. So next up is Academium versus 09, provided that you are completely ready, 09. I see that you are, in fact, like on and in the game, so hopefully everything's okay. Yes, Brent, yes, you and 09 are next. So whenever you guys are ready, send a battle request, and I will just keep monitoring this for the transition. Oh. I keep wanting to put Samurai Quack in my glass of water. I don't know why, it just feels like it should be in there. That would not be healthy. Okay, looks like the transition is occurring. And here we go. Alright, so Academium up at the top with 2 mutants and the neutral hero. 09 down at the bottom with 4 mutants and the L hero. Third Dan, you're scared. Yes, you should be scared. 09 is a veteran player. They know what they're doing. Book of Knowledge comes out on 09's side and is immediately answered with a Hidden Spider. Very nicely done there on Academium's side. If he has an Arrow of Revenge, now would be the perfect time to use it. He does not, but decides instead to go for the very aggressive Arcadean's Flying Sword play. In the absence of an Arrow of Revenge, that's his best bet. Lei, you think you have... I don't know what you're saying, but you're versus Nick Stalker, but it's a Yellow Dragon versus Tibbo after this. Elf Hero Triss +1 comes out and immediately blocks off both Gadea's Flying Sword and the Hidden Spider. A very aggressive play there from 09 at level 2. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so the Sphere of Holy Light struck the opponent and brought him down. And that, of course, means that the Elf Archer isn't going to be attacked, but it doesn't allow the Elf Archer, of course, to deal immediate damage to the hero, because it will instead try to shoot the Hidden Spider. Okay, so 09 charges up. And charges up game, playing defensively now that she has battlefield control and doesn't need to worry too much about it. And down goes that Hidden Spider right back into the grave. Academium doesn't need to worry too much about that, though. The Hidden Spider is now ready to go whenever 0 decides to cast another spell. So let's see. With 349, it goes for a Drag to Hell. Very bold choice there. Only a 33% chance that it would have hit the Triss, which is really the one that you want to hit. And unfortunately, it did not. Got the Elf instead. Of course, if it was going to miss the Triss, then the Elf was the next best one to go for, because the Elven Archer, obviously not quite so threatening. That is 10 damage out onto the field now that 09 has, and she manages to level up to 3. And Academium, of course, still only halfway up to 3 at the moment himself. In a bit of trouble now with L's ability on 09's side. All she would have to do is revive from the grave, and then the Elf Archer and the Elf Hero Triss would be able to land immediate death. So let's see. Capture comes out, snags the Elf Hero Triss. Okay, so Academium playing very defensively here, just trying to prevent Fatal while he builds up towards another move of his own. You were next in battle. You have an autocorrector in another language, Lei, I see. You're not up next, though. No, it's Yellow Dragon versus Tiboa, and then it's Nick Stalker versus you. IGN is Noob. Yes, I'm pretty sure. But if you can put your in-game name into the chat again, Tiboa, just for Kemerai, that would be helpful, thank you. So 09 brings out an aggressive, well, not aggressive, brings out a Gadea's Flying Sword on the far left-hand side. Not putting it in front of the Triss, of course, there's no reason to. It's not any kind of threat at this point. And it's Academium's turn. He revives, which is very bold play here, because Academium, of course, that puts him now within fatal range. Decides to block with a sword, but it looks like that's not going to work. Any removal spell on 09 side, or a capture. Pulls the Gadea's flying sword out of the way, and the Gadea's flying sword on 09 side lands the finishing blow once she's charged up. There's the charge. Whoop, that was amazing, says Academium. And just waiting for that last charge. There it is. There we go. And the Gadea's flying sword. Taki, grande, Yakapalo, blah, 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 pow. Tibwa, you can't play cause you can't play and chat or watch stream. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Alright, so Yellow Dragon, congratulations to both Academium and 09. They're very well played. And a triumphant comeback for 09. Welcome back to Mabinogi Duel. Do what, you send your IGN just to somebody add you? Okay, I don't. Yeah, all right, fair enough. Well, it was next battle was going to be Yellow Dragon versus Tibua, but apparently Tibua can't play, so we need somebody else to fight Yellow Dragon. So, and you're scared to fight on YouTube. Okay, fair enough. Zero forgot to hide cards, though. Yes, true. But I mean, you know, some people don't care. I don't think I hide my cards. Because I'm perfectly happy for people to see my decks and get ideas off them. Okay, so yes, it was going to be Yellow Dragon versus Tibua. Tibua can't fight. Arcadean, Nouriel, and you have a sub battle. Neon, yes, sure. Let's just put that up there now. Neon versus Nouriel. Okay, so let's do Nick Stalker versus Nahuali. Then Mini B, you want a sub battle register? Yes, you can fight Yellow Dragon. Okay, so let's do this. We'll do Nick Stalker versus Nahuali, then Yellow Dragon versus Mini B, then Neon versus Nouriel. Okay, sound good? Good. I'm not waiting for an answer. I will assume it's all fantastic. So next is Nick Stalker versus Nahuali. When you guys are ready, please comment into the chat to let me know, and then send each other battle requests. Thug Life 09, yes. Elf Life. Nahuali are me. It's getting very metaphysical there. I am Nahuali. Nahuali is me. We are all Nahuali inside. Arcadean versus Yellow Dragon, no. No, because I can't commentate properly. Mini B, sweet, as usual, you are late. You're an hour late. Yes, you are. You are an hour and 10 minutes late, to be precise. So, shame on you. And you will have to commit seppuku. Alright, so Nyx and Nahuali are just sort of adding each other. I art thou, and thou art I. Yoga Stalker. That sounds creepy. Yoda Stalker. Also creepy, but a little less creepy than Yoga Stalker. Although I must admit I did yoga when I was in university. And it was literally just so that I could do my yoga at the back of the class. You'll be forced to pet all the in-game cats. Twice! That's not a punishment, it's a reward. Look at them, they're adorable. I ready, but Nahuali, where are you? Yes, Nahuali! Well, he is online. I can see him there. Nahualli, and Nick Stalker, you are on as well. So you're both online. Just waiting on the... What are we waiting on? The ad or the battle request? What's Nahuali's real name? I forget what it was now. Too late. 09, I bet you joined because of the instructor. Not really. No, the instructor was actually like in her late 30s, I think. She was a nice lady though. Kept making me come up to the front of the class to do demonstrations, so you know the tables were turned. I should participate in sub battle. It'll be fun to see me to fight live, and my thought process is when I'm fighting, when you get to see me play via videos, not live. Yeah, I am considering doing sort of like live battles and things. Ever tried to pet machine cat magic? Oh, yeah, electrocution, yeah. Oh. MILF. So you're like, well, I actually don't remember her that well, so I assume not. The other girls in the class were cute, though. They weren't MILFs, though. It was all university yoga stuff. But for some reason, it was done by a lady from the village. Yes, where is... And Nohali is online, but not getting involved. So we may just need to skip past Nick's Talker temporarily and do the Yellow Dragon versus Mini-B fight. 09, will there be another huge tourney? There will. It'll be either next weekend or the weekend after. Probably the weekend after. Probably. Because we're sorting out some organizational stuff. Mini-B Arcadean versus the world. Woo! Do I play Shadowverse Rox Rahul? No, I don't. I tried it. Didn't like it. It was... I didn't like it. It wasn't strategic enough for me. Just felt a bit... Blech. Anyway, yes, it looks like we're going to have to just pause or postpone the Nick Stalker Nohali fight because Nohali isn't around. So whoever knows Nohali, go and I don't know, smack him in the back of the head or something. Wake up! Wake up! We'll move on to Yellow Dragon versus Mini-B then. So, Yellow Dragon and Mini-B when you guys are... What do you mean you're waiting? Okay, no, we're not skipping past. Nohali is there. Have you added... Nohali, have you... or Lay, have you added Nick Stalker? There's his name right there in the middle. You guys need to add each other and then send each other battle requests. Or I will be forced to talk more about my yoga lessons. Okay. I'll make sure... Hello. I do not know how to pronounce your name. I apologize. Nguyen. I don't know. I'm not very good at that. Come on, Nick Stalker and Nohali, you guys are both actually online and around. Have you added... each other as friends, at the very least? Tell me that. And now Nick Stalker's disappeared off the online list. I am very confused. Okay, well those two figure it out. Screw it. We'll go on to Yellow Dragon versus Mini-B. I know we're jumping around a lot like this, but it's this is getting crazy. New Yen. No, it's N-U-Y-E Yen, and that's. That's oh yes, that's the other one. That's the cyberpunk game, which is awesome, by the way. Yeah, Nick Stalker, I know you're ready, but you and Nohali seem to be having some serious communication problems. Lay and Nick Stalker, you guys need to have each other added as friends and just send a battle request. This is very confusing me. We had moved on to Yellow... Okay, so we moved on to Yellow Dragon and Mini-B. And here's the fight now. Once Nick Stalker and Nohali actually manage to communicate and get each other properly added, then we'll do it. Okay, so Mini-B up at the top with 4 mutants and Yellow Dragon down the bottom with 2. An aggressive alpaca from Mini-B, and given that he has mana and darkness in there, we can assume that he's got some Cheshires ready to roll. An aggressive Ragnar the Blood Edge comes out in front of the alpaca, but is immediately removed by a light command hunting, and the alpaca manages to get a little bit of damage off. Rox Srahul just subscribed. Thank you very much, Rox Srahul. I appreciate it. Vampire comes out in front of the alpaca, drains all of its health. That must have been the most adorable vampire attack in the history of anything ever. I want to suck your fluffy, fluffy blood. Natira's Needle comes out, takes care of that poor little alpaca. So it was bitten by a vampire and then stabbed by a needle. That is one punctured alpaca. Out comes Mage Marie. Okay, interesting. So 2 turns until she goes crazy and sort of ices up the opponent's battlefield. Let's see... what happens? Yellow Dragon decides to level up. He's just going to take that 3 damage for now and deal with Mage Marie on his next turn, we assume. Leave Nohali. Yeah. Lay. Nohali. Nohali, you have to add Nick Stalker as a friend. Just do it. It's not complicated. Why is this so problematic? Mage Marie deals a little bit of damage, and the Caduceus Flying Sword comes out in front and is immediately hit with a Dark Eye Spear, which will allow the vampire to take care of the Caduceus Flying Sword. Out comes the Light Elephant on the far left-hand side. Right-hand side, I should say. The other left. I know what I'm talking about. Shut up. It's my lack of arc juice. Okay, so Mini-B now facing down a vampire and an elephant, both with a decent amount of HP. Let's see. Is Witch Baba good? No, not really. Witch Cheshire +1 comes out, and a Light Mean Mage Lily +1 comes out. Interesting. Okay. So let's see. Holy Missile immediately deals with that poor Witch Cheshire, and the Command Hunting deals with the Lily. Wow, Yellow Dragon is taking absolutely no shit whatsoever from this this Lily Cheshire deck. Okay, so Mini B now down at 311 resources, Yellow Dragon at 212, but with battlefield control. So the resources are more or less evened out, but Yellow Dragon, of course, with 7 damage on the field, and Mini B with none. Just not able to keep those creatures out on the field at the moment. Lay, what happened? Nothing happened, Lay, because you haven't added Nick Stalker. Add him as a friend! Killer! Cries Mini B. And the vampire manages to get the attack value, that gets the attack off. A special edition skeleton, one of my favorite special edition cards, comes out. I charge and my opponent just tail hours. I have no idea what that means. I send request to Beastkin Arcadean. Well, yeah, it's not going to happen. Unless I can turn it... I mean, it's not Beastkin Arcadean anyway. I already have a namesake in the game. It's Beastkin David. My name is actually David. So there is already a Beastkin Arcadean in the game, technically speaking. Unfortunately, it's a crappy one. The vampire gets another attack off, and Yellow Dragon discards 2 cards into the grave. Mini B's turn. Holy Missile comes out, deals with that vampire. Down it goes, and charges up. And once again, trying to regain certain resource parity. Not too far behind. Ooh, out comes a dual-wielding Iltutmish. Interesting. Not impossible to remove, obviously. Its effective HP is pretty low, but a fun card nonetheless. Fun card. More like Mage Arcadian. Yeah, I would be happy with that. Drag to Hell comes out, deals with the Iltutmish. Persona David, yeah. Submit all these ideas to DevCat. I'm sure they'd be thrilled. And it's Yellow Dragon's turn once again. Decides to charge up and plays a skeleton to force a response off Mini B, trying to ensure that Mini B doesn't have the opportunity to drop any creatures of his own. Has to be forced to use all of his removal spells or all of his resources rather on removal spells. However, he does bring out Kadir's Flying Sword, and that will work out very nicely. The skeleton, of course, unable to kill the Kadir's Flying Sword because the Flying Sword will just continually regenerate whatever its lowest stat is. Persona Mage Arcadian, yes, with the equals signs in between. You have to capitalize it all as well, like they do with Ragnar. And all, for some reason, the other Blaze Blue cards. Oh, bam! Ouch! Down goes that poor little Kadir's Flying Sword, thanks to the spray blood. And clackety clack! Don't talk back. Skeleton lands a finishing blow on Mini B. Very well fought on both player sides there. Good decks, good games. Dubois, Beastkin, your favoritist cards. You need just Jurgen to get them all. Yeah, the Beastkins are fun. It's a shame there's only really a couple of them that are like actually powerful, because they have fun effects, you know, transforming and all the rest of it. It's cool. All right, so up next, provided we can get this circus organized, is Nick Stalker versus Lei KBZA, otherwise known as Nahuali. Rip Forever, Dead, Marie, Cheshire, and Lily. Yes, those poor mages. And witches. Because Witch Cheshire. Yes, those poor magic users. Dead. Too young. Too young. Alright, so Nick Stalker and Nahuali / Lei. Where if you guys are ready to go, let me know. And we'll see if we can get this to work. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't actually see you online, Nick. Ah, there you are now. Good. So we'll just keep refreshing until the transition occurs. If it occurs. We've been here before. And then after this, it will be Neon versus Nouriel. My first card in my binder isn't the almighty gold alpaca. I can't afford the 2 million gold to buy him. Academium, you'll play again, going for that 3 times losing streak. Well, 3rd time's the charm. I'll write your name down on the other side of this paper. Academium. Just in case, if anybody else wants to sign up for more fights, let me know. Nick Stalker and Nouriel still not transitioning. Ah, there they go. Good. Good, good, good. There we are. Ah, at long last. At long last. What should be over in 3 rounds now? After all that build-up, Nouriel up at the top with 2 mutants and Nick's down the bottom with 1. Miniby, you want to play another weird deck? Okay, you can fight Academium. I'll write that down. Miniby. Good, good. Okay, Nouriel opens up with an aggressive elephant, which is answered by a fiery zealot. So let's see. And a golden garden cat comes out on the side of the elephant to protect it against hunt. Now, does Nick Stalker have a firebolt? If not, he could be in a little bit of trouble. He does have a firebolt. Haha! Down goes the golden garden cat. That poor little kitty. Dead. Too young. Too young once again. And Nick Stalker's fiery zealot versus Nouriel's elephant continue to hammer into each other. I sent a request to the Arcadean. That's my IGN. Yep, that's correct. Nick Stalker has leveled up. Nouriel, we assume, follows suit. Neon card would be like Gladiator Neon 5-star rarity. Yep. Doubles his attack every time it survives an attack from an opponent creature or spell. When he dies, revives into his original attack form. That would be fantastic. Make it so. I would love that. Okay, Gadir's Flying Sword comes out. Both players up at more or less the same HP, more or less the same experience levels. Nouriel leading slightly with resources, but out comes a surprise attack, and of course that pairs it out, or evens it out rather a little bit more. Vamos, Juan Luis. Nick Stalker, apparently, from Galia. And I no doubt mispronounced that appallingly. Nyx discards into nature and brings out a bullfighter. Very cool, very cool. Anyone who's seen my my video from last Monday knows that I quite enjoy the bullfighter. Very interesting card. Yeah, Neon, yes, he's OP if you don't scale his resources right, yes. I want all cards to be OP. They should all be ridiculously unbalanced in the sense of power values. And then every fight would be sort of this epic action movie battle. Hunt comes out, takes care of the charging bull, leaves the bullfighter alone. Good Spanish pronunciation, Master Narc. Yeah, I think you're making fun of me. And out comes the Golden Bomb Squad. Immediately Cocoon trapped. Interesting. That's not really going to help that bullfighter because the bullfighter's not going to be able to kill the cocoon before the cocoon hatches, unfortunately. Matteo, you're playing the draft daily in the AI just summoned Zombie Apocalypse. Good grief. Okay. Out comes, wow, Watcher of the Forest Genie. Very nice on Nick Stalker's side. I really do like the Genie. I really like the art. I like the sort of the dynamic aspect of it. I think it's really, really cool. It's not quite powerful enough, though. Yeah, Pinches Gatos? Something cat. I don't know what the Pinches is, but I know the Gato is cat, right? We should do the Arc Generations. Oh my god, yes. You're not making fun of me for real. It was a good Spanish. Oh, thank you very much, Galia. I appreciate it. Growing up in the Middle East has obviously had its benefits. Is the Genie +1 better than the normal one? Academium, no. Its effect doesn't change. Well, yeah, its effect doesn't change basically, and its HP doesn't increase to outside of HP breakpoints. So no, normal Genie is better. Arguably, a -1 Genie would be better than a +1 Genie, but I'd go for the normals if I were you. The -1 isn't good enough. Oh, out comes PLA, takes care of the captured little. Poor little girl. And the Hunt takes care of that cocoon trap, freeing up the bullfighter. Ole! Tipua, you got a light bunny from Data Login Booster. Nice, cool. If you can get a light bunny and a dark moon bunny, then you've got the ingredients of a fun deck there. Even despite its nerf. Okay, so Nouriel Resurrection from the Grave, which of course hurts Nyx a little bit. Out comes Executioner Emil. Ooh, but is snagged by that Cocoon Trap. Bad luck, Nouriel. Neon, let's all make our own cards about us and submit it to DevCat as the Arc Generation. I love that idea. That is a fantastic idea. I absolutely want to host an Arc Generation competition now. Everyone, we need to have like 24 submitted cards featuring people from veterans and players and things from Mabinogi Duel and call it the Arc Generation. PLA and Genie are so similar in the artwork, or at least it looks, you often confuse those two. Well, yeah, from a distance, Margin, yeah, I can see. I mean, both very green. They're both kind of doing, you know, that. It's a bit damn cocoon. So yeah, I can see how they could be a bit confusing. When you zoom in, of course, they're completely different. The PLA is weirdly cartoonish. So Tsubaki is out on the field, is throwing out its attack value. Kadir's Flying Sword has been summoned onto the far left-hand side to protect against possible flame emission shenanigans. And that Bullfighter is managing to survive quite well. Golden Bomb Squad is placed in front of the Kadir's Flying Sword, which is a bit unfortunate. The Bomb Squad, the Bullfighter rather, finally succumbs to his wounds and dies long after his beloved bull. So Nick Stalker's turn with 6, 3, and 2 resources. His answers here are somewhat limited. He decides to remove the Cocoon Trap with a Magic Missile and blocks off the Tsubaki with a Fiery Zealot. Okay, interesting. Now, if Tsubaki's ability goes into that Fiery Zealot, that's going to be quite unfortunate. Ooh, and it did. It went into the Fiery Zealot. So Tsubaki will kill the Fiery Zealot without dying to its ability now. Imagine, finally, it seems Tsubaki survived one turn, yeah. She is removal bait, very definitely. But yeah, if she survives even one turn, she can be difficult to deal with. Neon Genie summons traps equal to her level, so normal Genie is still the best. Yeah. I mean, the -1, you could make an argument for if you basically if you had to choose between +1 and -1, go for -1. But yeah, all things if you don't have to choose between those two, then go for the normal one. The -1 doesn't give you any. I mean, it's literally just to drop the resource cost. And that's not worth losing 1 HP for. Okay, so Kadir's Flying Sword kills the Golden Bomb Squad, and its ability kills the Kadir's Flying Sword. Tsubaki survived for a little bit longer, so she's going to be awkward to remove. Nick Stalker's going to have to hit her with a spell before he summons any creatures out onto the field, or they're just going to immediately get murdered. In the streams, it was always, oh, it's Subat dead. Yeah, yeah. Out comes an Albi Stone Golem. Very cool. And Tsubaki's ability causes her to generate just a little bit more energy. Alright, so the Albystone Golem is a big threat, massive attack value, massive problem with that. Okay, so the Golden Shredder comes out, kills the Tsubaki, it takes the damage, but that's not really such a big deal, given that the Golden Bombs, the Shredder is already inside the HP breakpoint range anyway, so losing a little bit of HP there doesn't really make any difference. Unfortunately for Nyx, he was not able to get rid of that Albystone Golem though, so that is 9 damage going to come out onto him, going to leave him at 18 HP. Lucar Cry, hello. You are late, an hour and a half late. Golden Garden Cat comes out in front of the Goblin Shredder, and a revive, which of course does hurt Nyx a little bit, and cause him to drop instead to 15 HP rather than the 18 that he would otherwise have been at. Firebolt comes out once again to take care of that Golden Garden Cat. With 225 resources though, still not enough resources there to deal with that Albystone Golem. Nouriel, this is frustrating. His cat keeps getting set on fire. Lucar Cry, I'm not late, I'm a busy person. You can be both. And another Albystone Golem, this one a gold variant, again on both sides of the field to protect against flame emission nonsense. And that Goblin Shredder must be feeling a little terrified at this point. Sees a mountain rising up in front of him. Neon's thanking everyone for giving him gems. He'll send them to you when he has an opportunity, just for anyone who's watching on Twitch. Alright, so Nick Stalker's in a bit of an awkward situation here. 2 massive creatures on the field, both of which do need to be destroyed if at all possible. And before couple doppelganger trauma, that would be fantastic play. But yeah, we haven't seen it yet. So I don't think we're going to see it now, especially not with only 3 in mana. Nyx charges up. And he goes into nature. brings out a Hunt, which damages the Albi. So, looks like he's basically just going down swinging. Double Albi Golden gets Nick's push to the Golden Garden Cat trigger button. And the AoE effect activates. Nouriel says, not bad. Charges up once. Will he charge up 2 more times? This is more fun than I thought. Okay, so he's being kind of sportsmanlike, not sportsmanlike. I'm not sure whether this is supposed to be serious or if he's taunting Nix. Either way, goes for the 3 charges. Sportsmanlike finish. And the Albi Stone Golem lands a finishing blow. Well played there to both Nouriel and Nick Stalker. Good games. Good games. All right. That was worth the wait, I think. I think so. So, Nyx versus Nouriel, well done. Next up is Neon versus Nouriel, and then Academium versus Mini B. So, Neon and Nouriel. When you guys are ready, please comment in the chat to let me know, and then get to fighting. I see Whippy is actually fighting as well. Tempting to spectate. I stopped fighting. Boo. Join in prototype. I do not know what that means. Yes, Neon versus Nouriel. Just gonna keep on trucking. Keep on refreshing. So we see some movement. Waiting on that movement. I know you're both online. I can see you. There you are. Marjan, have you seen those skeletons finishing quotes? It's always longer like, oh yeah, click clack like skeleton blade. Yeah, the clackety clack for the normal skeleton, then it extends for the skeleton knight, and then it's even more for the skeleton blade man. Nyx is gonna have nightmares with Albis from now on. Yeah, goat says Neon. Excellent, good. Yep, transition has begun, and we're just waiting for it to go blue. There it is. Whippy, you want a battle? Okay. I will write your name down. Good, okay. Alright, Kanor cubes. Nouriel up the top with 1 mutant, and Neon down the bottom with 3. So, wow, Kanor using the big fat hero whose name I can never remember, because I just never see it, and Neon using Elysis. Out comes the Kanor, the Kadir's rather, the flying sword, and it's immediately triggered against the triggers the ambush vine. Hunt comes out, takes care of the flying sword, and allows the ambush vine to get its shot off. Card Appraiser comes out. That will take care of the ambush vine if Kanor Cubes doesn't answer it, but will he decide to level up? He goes for a level up instead. Ambush vine gets his damage off and immediately disappears thanks to the Card Appraiser's effect. Neon Works not quite ready to charge up yet, so goes for a, not quite ready to level up rather yet, so he goes for a charge and deals a little bit of damage with that Card Appraiser. It's Castiff, Lucar Cry. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. The Blade Man is 3 clacks. Fair enough. Yes, I mean, Castiff used to be good with like a particular kind of deck in Rookie Arena. I think I got into top 10 with Castiff once, but that was like a year ago. Just don't see him very much anymore. And he's not bad. But yeah, it's interesting. Boomerang comes out, very cool. Takes care of the Card Appraiser and rebounds into Kanor Cube's hand. Unfortunately, unlike Pure, it does not refund at some cost. Ooh, interesting. The Golden Garden Apple Tree comes out. It's snagged by the ambush vine, but that doesn't matter because it doesn't have an attack value anyway. Skeleton King is sort of dark with Clink Clonk. Maybe no Arc Juice. No Arc Juice today. I'm all out of Arc Juice. I ran out yesterday, and I couldn't get any more in for today. I'm very sad. Probably won't have any for tomorrow either, but if the weather holds, tomorrow's going to be a bit of a special video anyway, so I may not have had the Arc Juice with me in any case. Okay, so the Golden Garden Apple Tree summoned a Golden Garden Fairy, which is, it's okay. I mean, its attack value is fine, but the, +2 to nature isn't going to help Neon at all. It moves around, no big deal. Kadir's Flying Sword comes out in front of the Golden Garden Fairy. And Automata Turk comes out. Interesting. Okay. A big field flood there from Kano Cubes. Very big commitment resource-wise. The Automata Turk, of course, levels up. And, ooh, out comes the Golden Garden Eagle, which kills the Ambush Vine, pushes it out of the way. That's probably bad, honestly. The Ambush Vine against the Golden Garden Apple Tree was fine. It was a fairly low attack value. It wasn't really going to do much damage. And it meant that Kanor couldn't put anything more problematic, you know, more with a higher attack value, basically, in front of the Golden Garden Apple Tree. Okay, so a Flame Mission and a Firebolt, again, very costly removals, but now Neon has very strong board control with 14 damage out onto the field, plus the Golden Garden Apple Tree, ready to summon more creatures. So let's see if Kano Cubes can answer this. A Boomerang comes out, takes care of the Golden Garden Apple Tree, rebounds right back into the hand, but still has that 14 damage out onto the field with the Golden Garden Fairy and the Golden Garden Eagle. A Leopard comes out in front of the Eagle in an attempt to block its damage, and a discard into mana, which is quite interesting. Now, Neon levels up to 3 and decides to charge. Okay, so he's not going to worry about letting that Golden Garden Eagle survive. He doesn't really care too much about it dying. Interesting. And Kano Cubes charges up again. And a third time. Okay, so Kano's going to let that Golden Garden Fairy deal the 5 damage. And is obviously happy enough with that 9 damage coming out on that Leopard. Why run Nature Leopard, Lucar Cry? Protect against Heavy Offering? If you're worried about Heavy Offering, Nature Leopard's a thing. And it's a +1, so maybe you wanted a +1, in which case you might as well run a +1 Leopard, Nature Leopard, rather than a +1 Elf. City Rats comes out. Are we about to see a Spray Rats? Not just yet. Well, of course we saw a Spray. We just saw a Spray Rats. What am I talking about? Yes, it's a Spray Rats deck. So are we about to see a something big from Kano Cubes? He's going to need to drop like a Firewall, which nobody runs anymore, or a Nature Ambush would work. Charges up twice. Lucar Cry, but then you have Fox, exact same stats, not mutant, but also harder to get a hold of. Fox isn't in rotation anymore, I'm pretty sure. Not the mutant variant. And it would be a mutant anyway because it would be +1. That's the point. It's a +1 Nature Leopard. And a +1 Nature Leopard doesn't have the same stats as a normal Fox. Okay, so Neon decides to charge up, and that is going to be game. Those rats run all over the big fat man, finding all the cheese he has hidden away in those folds. Ugh. Did what? City Rats exist? Yes, City Rats exist. Maybe it didn't have a +1 Fox. Yes, maybe it didn't have a +1 Fox. I mean, it's the same anyway. I mean, a Nature... I mean, you only get 1 HP taken off anyway. So, +1 Fox or a Nature +1 Leopard, you know, still 1 HP. Neon, sorry about that. Didn't realize you had Fatal. That's fine. Mateo, if you had a penny for every time you wished you had a D trauma in your deck, you'd be bloody rich. Yep. No more bouncing fat for Castive. I know, they're so tragic. They removed all the bouncing stuff, which, you know, yes, okay, sure. Blah, blah, blah. Hashtag feminism. But it means that Castive's fat doesn't jiggle anymore, and that's really disappointing to me. Antoine Atanasov just subscribed. Thank you very much, Antoine. I appreciate it. So yes, good game to both players there. Very well fought. And next up we have Academium versus Mini B, and then Whippy would like to fight somebody. So if anybody else would like to fight in the Sunday sub battles, please put your in-game name in the chat, either YouTube or Twitch, and let us know and I will sign you up. Anybody can join. The only rule is no hardcore gimmick decks. You're in-game already. Okay, well that was very quick. Oops. There we go. That Ari sprite's so lewd. I know, don't you love it? You could, Luke Cry. Okay, Luke versus Whippy then. Good. Alright, so Academium up at the top. Neutral hero, 2 mutants. Mini B down at the bottom. Elysis hero, 4 mutants. Alrighty. Academium discards into nature, so we can assume a hidden spider. That apple tree is good. Yeah, the apple tree is surprisingly decent. Surprisingly decent. Jax's note, interesting. Not running a mana Book of Knowledge, going for Jax's note instead, which makes sense. And Mini B charging up. So Academia manages to reach level 2 without any difficulties. Nyx, join you again. Oh, you mean sign you up again? Ah, okay. So join you in what? I haven't joined you in anything yet. Okay. That's not good. Good. Imagine if I have time and it's possible, can you have a now emoticon on Discord? You can if you can find me something that, like, an actual thing that would work well as an emoticon. The problem is that when they get shrunk down to these teeny tiny sizes, most images just don't work. Neon, you have to go. This is a shame. Oh, well, thanks for stopping by for the stream and getting involved in the fights. We appreciate it. Academian with his Kadir's flying sword, managing to get some damage out on Mini B. Good luck at work tomorrow, Neon. Have fun. And a Goblin Chieftain +1 comes out on Mini B's side of the field. That is bold, because Academian does have enough resources in blue to cast an Ice Spear. Has enough, obviously, to cast a lot. Death Ray comes out. Interesting choice. Oh, okay. Kills the Kadir's flying sword, but also kills every one of those goblins. Fantastic. Good luck. We've got to hunt those lands, yes. And the Orperia comes back out and brings out the Goblin Chieftain +1. So, yes. So, basically, it's a resurrection deck. I think we called this pseudo gimmick, but it's alright. Basically, what people are going to have to start doing is running a lot of doppelganger traumas. So far, we've seen this a lot. Oh no! Hunter Piole comes out. That is going to snag. Ooh, 3 of those. That is brutal. That is brutal. Nicely played by Academium there. Lucar Cry, you used to run Death Ray. Yeah, it's an interesting card. That's for sure. That PLA just bouncing around those golems. Still leaves 10 damage on the field, of course. And, of course, it is a resurrection deck, so there are Feathers of the Phoenix in there. But let's see. Decides not to Feathers of the Phoenix. He's going to wait for the removal. But, yes, interesting. Interesting. Free removal. Yay! Hunter PLA comes out. Snags the goblin. Comes out again. Snags the other goblin, no doubt. There he goes. That PLA just bouncing around the place. The Cracker, you basically waited for your opponent to fill his board and then destroy those creatures and throw out a big threat. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't work against veterans, but yes, back in the day, I can see that would have worked out quite nicely. Mini B levels up to 3. Are we going to see Feathers of the Phoenix? There it is. Out comes the Orperia, and the Orperia summons the Golden Chieftains. And the Hidden Spider comes out, of course. This still allows PLA to go nuts. Anyone want to join your PLA hate club? PLA is fine. I mean, pack a Goblin Bomb Squad and things like that, and you can't do anything. Galia, we sign you up 2 against Nick Stalker just for fun. You have an unsolved thing. Okay, well, fortunately for you, that's how the sign up would have gone anyway. So yeah, Nick Stalker versus Galia, perfect. And yes, Whippy and Lucar Cry, please add each other. PLA, PLA, PLA. Out it comes. This is so weird. PLA for days. That guy just bouncing around the place. Look at him go, he's crazy. PLA is on the rampage again. Absolutely. So that goblin's going to kill the Hidden Spider, but of course that just puts it right back into the grave, which means that as soon as Mini B casts his other Feathers of the Phoenix, it's going to summon the Hidden Spider again. Fair enough. The Hunt, who just resummons the Hidden Spider, and that's going to go back into the grave again, but that actually works out fairly well for Mini B there, because it means that PLA's resources are now used up quite considerably. So Academian would have to do some lucky charging or some nature discarding in order to build up towards another PLA. Matthew, you can feel formation move getting put on every single light deck already. Yes. I've always been quite fond of formation move. Works out surprisingly well. Especially if you pack like a nature ambush. Okay, so Mini B deals the damage he deals, obviously. The Hidden Spider goes right back out into the grave once again. Academium's turn. Revives from the grave, causes 5 damage to himself, which is tricky because that puts him within fatal range of the Orperia and the Goblin. So he needs to deal with those two pretty sharpish. Goes for Gadea's Flying Sword. The problem with being within fatal range and dropping creatures that can be removed easily is that they will be removed easily. Mini B now has more than enough for a command hunting. So all he needs to do is throw that out onto the field, remove the Gadea's Flying Sword. It looks like that's about what he's about to do. Remove the Gadea's Flying Sword. Yep, there goes the command hunting. Gadea's Flying Sword goes into the grave, and the Orperia -1 and the Goblin +1 together will land fatal damage onto Academium. Okay. Still well played on Academium there, managing to hold off a dedicated Resurrection deck for a good long time without Piole, bouncing around the place. Owned by your own card. Oh no. Hoisted on your own petard, as they used to say. As they still say. Alrighty, that's everybody from that side of the paper. So, pseudo gimmick. Yes, it is. It's a pseudo gimmick. Yeah. Dan Burger, thank you very much for the 10 gems. I really appreciate it. That goes towards cards, which go towards videos. Next up is Whippy versus Lucar Cry. So, Whippy and Lucar Cry, whenever you guys are ready, please let me know in the chat. And then ready, set, go. Fairly sure it's full gimmick. His win condition is chieftain and keeps resummoning him. Yeah, it's one of those things that's like borderline and really depends on your personal interpretation. The thing with resurrection decks is that they are really easy to shut down with either transformation traps or doppelganger traumas, or interfectum malus. There's a bunch of different ways you can shut down resurrection, which is why it's not a common gimmick anymore. But it is, yeah, it's one of those things where if somebody wanted to argue that it was full gimmick, I wouldn't put up too much of a fight. But personally, I think it veers more into pseudo gimmick territory. When you spell Orperia deck approaching, put that nasty mermaid Undine to freeze those summons. Yes, Undine's a very good counter to resurrection decks. Isn't seen in F list. Oh, friend list, I see. Yeah, well, you're both online and in. Looks like maybe having trouble communicating. You guys both added as friends is the big question. Because if one of you is added but the other one is not, then you'll appear offline to each other. Well, you'll appear offline to the guy that has you added. Wait 2 secs. Okay, no problem. 1 and 2. And you're late again. Busy man. I'll just keep refreshing this. What's the most gimmick deck ever? The gimmick deck is Gates of Hell. That's like the classic. That's the deck that springs into everybody's mind when you say gimmick. It's not the most powerful in the world, but if you say gimmick, the first thing people are going to think of is Gates of Hell. Mini B, why did your card show even though you use spectate mode hide card? I don't know. You may need to like flick off that option and back onto it again. I know that NeonWorks had some trouble making it permanently hidden for a while, but he did manage to get it sorted out for the tournament, so you might want to ask him in the Discord. Luke, this has been significantly longer than 2 seconds. If it takes much longer, we'll skip past on to Nick, Stalker, and Galia. Goat, okay, good. You guys are beginning. Margin, you never really understood how Gates of Hell works. It's very, very simple. Basically, you just pack like 5 creature cards and a lot of removal spells. Oops, not Pegasus. I just saw blue and immediately clicked on it. And then just remove everything that your opponent plays whilst discarding your own creature cards into the grave. And then cast Gates of Hell, and they all get summoned onto the field. And generally, you know, you got like Apocalypse Zombie or Now or something in there. Lucar Cry up at the top, neutral hero, no mutants, and a Whippy down at the bottom with L and 2 mutants. Opens up with a Dancer, which is always very cool, and immediately countered with a Goblin Bomb Squad. So as a man, you hate Jur decks. Yeah, again, fairly easy to counter, but very annoying if you're not carrying counter cards for Jur, yeah. Galia, are you ready in case? Well, fortunately, it wasn't necessary. You guys are up next. Magic Missile comes out, kills the Golden Bomb Squad, which of course... Pardon me, kills the Dancer, so quite expensive there for Lucar Cry. But Kadir's, you know, worked out about the same resource cost actually. Kadir's Flying Sword comes out, immediately answered with a surprise attack. Lucar Cry just not wanting Whippy to keep anything on the board whatsoever. Whippy levels up, Lucar Cry follows suit. Both players doing well for resources and HP. And each of them only have a couple of cards in the grave. Whippy charges up on his first turn. Will he play aggressively, or is he going to play defensively and try to build up a resource advantage? He's going to play defensively, and now he has 6 resources. He was probably hoping at least one of those would go into mana, but hey, so it goes. Lucar Cry brings out an aggressive Kadir's Flying Sword, which Whippy could answer with a Paralyzing Bullet if he had one, but if not... Drag to Hell, yeah, a standard two-drop card. Margin, you only ran twice against Gates of Hell. First time you found yourself against 3-4 Doom Machines, yeah. You had no clue why. Doom Machine series was just released in second time, same thing, yeah. Doom Machines were really popular in Gates of Hell for a long time. Margin, you used Clone Spell and nothing really happened, yeah, because there wouldn't have been any creatures left in the grave. Yep. Okay, so Watchers of the Forest Genie comes out, which is a little bit problematic for Whippy, given that he has no nature resources. Matteo, you once survived the Gates of Hell. Good for you. Fiery Zealot comes out into the middle of the field, and Watcher of the Forest spawns a trap just once here. Doom Machine still makes no sense to me. Well, it depends on the Doom Machine. There's 5 Doom Machines and a Holy Machine, which... kind of counts as a Doom Machine, honestly. Surprise Attack comes out, takes care of that Fiery Zealot. Lucar Cry is not taking any chances whatsoever, and the 6 damage off the Watcher of the Forest Genie lands. Matteo, what you got to do is stuff your own grave with your creatures and save up on resources, yeah, basically. So that when they cast Gates of Hell, hopefully they'll just summon a bunch of crappy creatures. Whippy decides to level up, obviously building up towards something, takes another 6 damage, brings out interesting Mirror Ghost. And Magician Mysterious, okay, which puts all of the ghosts into Jack-in-the-Boxes. all right, okay, this is interesting. When destroyed, a hidden creature comes out. All right. Imagine you used to fear Doom Machines, but then you learn the difference between destroying and transforming. Yeah. So many ways of countering them now. Command Hunting comes out, takes care of Magician Mysterious. Well, turns him into a magic box anyway. And Phantom of the Wolf comes out. Lucar Cry is running a Phantom box deck. Okay, so this should be interesting. These creatures are now going to get freed out of the Jack-in-the-Boxes. So, now comes a Mirror Ghost. Mirror Ghost. Okay. This is a weird fight and I'm loving it. Okay, well, Watcher of the Forest Genie can't move now. Interesting. Okay, so decided to remove a trap. Okay, and charges up. Gates of Hell is nothing against Lilith. Yeah, Lilith is a perfect counter to Gates of Hell, Wave of Life, anything basically that floods the field and doesn't immediately capitalize on that. So the Mirrored Ghosts do what they do. Okay. I'm not sure how the Jack-in-the-Box affects Mirror Ghosts, whether it turns them all into real ghosts. Here comes Magician Mysterious. And the Watcher of the Forest Genie manages to kill one of the Mirror Ghosts. Ooh, Mine Canary. Uh-oh. Ritual of Darkness onto the Mine Canary. Ooh, man. Okay, yeah, that does like a whole bunch of damage onto everybody. Bang, 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 bang. Down goes that genie. 6 damage onto Lucar Cry. And the Magician Mysterious is ready to kill that Phantom of the Wolf. Wow, what a turnaround. Good grief. Magic Missile comes out, weakens the Magician Mysterious. Windblade Teon comes out. And boop, Magician Mysterious goes right back into his box again. Margin, you think they're all real ghosts because when they're summoning from the box, it's not counted as summoning. Yeah. That's what I suspect as well. But the way the game is programmed, you can never really rely on that sort of thing. What the feck is that deck? It's a fantastic deck. I'm loving it. You gotta love Whippy decks. You just gotta love Whippy decks. Akaki Malanya just subscribed. Thank you very much, Akaki Malanya. I appreciate it. And the Cocoon snags the creature in front on the Windblade Teon, which of course is immediately murdered. Whippy Resurrection from the Grave, which of course hurts both people. Drag to Hell comes out, frees the Magician Mysterious, and kills Windblade Teon. Okay, that Magician Mysterious is doing so much work right now. I love it. I love it. Whippy charges up, trying to maintain as much of a resource lead as possible. And the Magician Mysterious gets the 8 damage off onto Lucar Cry. Luke charges up. Caleb, do I have a fave card that I love to use? Yes, my Warlords. They're not the best cards in the game, not even close, but I absolutely adore them. Warlords, my favorite cards. So, Lucar Cry charges up and discards into the grave, which is quite interesting. He's going to let that 8 damage come out. Free Summon comes out, grabs that Mirror Ghost. He's not going to let that combo happen again. Imagine someone, please stop that box and unboxing. He keeps going in and out. That's what she said. You bought today the Magician, but Gold Magician for 20k. I think Whippy's using the mana version because it can combine with the Mind Canary better. Interesting. Okay, so Lucar Cry's turn. There's fatal damage on the board. Luke really needs to deal with the Magician Mysterious and that Mirror Ghost. Magician Mysterious unboxing video. I get it. Clever. Alright, so Lucar Cry's thinking about it. Ooh, Revive from the Grave. Expensive revive because now he's within fatal range of both creatures rather than just the Magician Mysterious. Needs to take care of both of those creatures now with 2 actions and not a hell of a lot of resources. Dragon Era deck. Yeah, that was big for a while there. Magic Missile comes out, takes care of the Mirror Ghost. Does he have any answer whatsoever for Magician Mysterious? Any kind of transformation, any kind of removal, just to pause him. Yeah, at the end of the video goes right back into the box. Yeah, it's a never-ending unboxing video. Today we're unboxing Magician Mysterious. And here he is. Oh, he's gone again. So now we're unboxing Magician Mysterious. And here he is. Oh, he's gone again. And now we're unboxing Magician Mysterious. Okay, Fox comes out as a kind of a last-ditch attempt to block. Discarding into gold, we're going to see a Mind Canary again. We're going to see another ritual. We are. And it goes. Deals the damage. Tweet. And down goes Lucar Cry. Once again, Whippy has managed to pull back from the brink of destruction with a bizarre deck that we absolutely adore. Fantastic decks on both Lucar Cry and Whippy's side. As always, an absolute joy to watch. Oh, man. You're happy to lose against a successful Magician Mysterious deck. Yes. I think anybody would be happy to lose to a Magician Mysterious deck that was run well. It's like, oh my god, that was fantastic. Can't even feel salty about that. It's just all ice cream and happiness. Okay. Alright, last fight then. Nick Stalker versus Galia. Apparently this is a bit of a grudge match, so... Imagine it's even more bizarre than you, and it takes quite a lot. Okay. Not sure that's a compliment, but alright. Okay, Nick Stalker versus Galia. Grudge match. A good fight to end on, I feel. With that Illusion Girl Savage combo. Yeah. Awesome fight. I do enjoy seeing these fun things. Ready! Screams Galia. Very excited. I love it. Love the energy. Send your battle requests then to Nick Stalker. And we shall finish on an explosive note. And then after this, if anybody's interested in the upcoming tournament, which is happening either this weekend or next, hang around and we will we'll talk about that for 10 minutes, about the rules, the structure, and how you can get involved if you want to be. Imagine with a compliment, you're never rude to anyone. Never to anyone. That's very polite. The Victorians would be very pleased with you. Tibble, a magician cannot be killed. He hides the box. Yes, he can't be. You can't kill the magician like that. You have to transform him first, or use like vanishing effects or something like that. But you can't kill him with sort of actual killing mechanics. Lucar Cry is just so happy. Galia, Nyx, we're still waiting on you guys. Come on, come on. Ready, set, goat, and all that. It's 50% chance. Is it a 50% chance to reappear? I thought it was guaranteed at top level. But again, I don't know. Magician Mysterious, nobody uses them. There we go. Boom. Alright, Nick Stalker up the top with 3 mutants and L. Galia down at the bottom with no mutants and... What is that? Is that Jejenoa? Oh. Okay. So, let's see. Both players playing very defensively right now, charging up. Nick Stalker decides to drop a Leopard, bait out a response from Galia. Let's see how he decides to answer this. With a removal spell or with a creature. Surprise attack. So a removal spell comes out. Slightly more expensive removal than the cost to cast it, but that does mean the Galia is now ready to level up to 2. Nick Stalker... doesn't want Galia to have a free level up, so drops a skeleton. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so Piolet drops to get rid of the skeleton. Ambush Vine comes out instead. Piolet does kill the Ambush Vine, though, and does go back into the hand. Nix manages to level up first, keeps the skeleton on the field, and gets the damage off, which is good. Means that he takes an experience lead. And managed to get Galia's health down a little bit. Plays an aggressive Leopard. He's going really strong here, trying to put as much pressure on Galia as possible. Now comes that Piolet again. Takes care of that that skeleton and goes right back into the hand. It's Shaylee Jamera. Ah, okay. I do not know the alternate art for her, obviously. Jamera's your favorite hero, along with Awake. I wonder why. And also have Secret Ingredient Ghost Lighthouse. Ghost Lighthouse, wow, okay. Okay, an aggressive Fiery Zealot comes out, which is always an interesting play. Most of the time, of course, you play these things defensively. Dylan, you made it! Yay! Just in time for the final fight of the Sunday sub-battles. And is immediately taken out by the surprise attack. Okay, so both players here just playing, removing. Just keep using Piolet to drain off his nature. Shokyakuro reporting for duty. Piolet OP, not OP. He's actually... here's my thing. I would like all of DevCat's cards to be raised to the level of Piolet and Golden Garden Cat and all this kind of thing. I want them to make them all powerful. Piolet's not impossible to fight against. You can stop him with Free Summon, you can stop him with Fiery Zealot, you can stop him with Golden Bomb Squads, you can stop him with Interfectum, you can stop him with Undini, you can stop him with a lot of different things. So he's really good, but... I mean, for the meta as it is at the moment, he's too powerful, but that means that I would like to see the rest of the meta raised in power, not these powerful cards dropped. Piolet comes out, takes care of the Anna, now that the Magician Mouse Field was destroyed by that Holy Missile. And the elephant's in front of the Ambush Vine, and the little creature snagged by the Cocoon Trap. Luke, you think the same way as I do. Good! Great minds think alike, yet fools seldom differ. And Nick Stalker charges up. Okay. A Magician goes back inside the box, and when you unbox Piolet, you get attacked in the face, and you get also a refund on the package price. It's not bad, actually. I mean, if somebody said that I could order whatever I wanted, and it would be free, but I would have to have a fight with Piolet first, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Alright, yeah, I'm alright with that. I haven't got Persona 5 yet. I'd be willing to fight somebody for Persona 5. Dylan, buffs, not nerfs. Exactly. Yes, buffs, not nerfs. Buffs, not nerfs. Okay, so the Goblin Shredder comes out, takes care of that Cocoon. And the Ambush Vine manages to kill off the Elf. Nick Stalker got a lot of creatures on the field. Now, Piolet snagged by that Cocoon Trap. And again, as you can see, one of Piolet's weaknesses. Bullfighter comes out, Charging Bull is dropped. That's not like ideal for the Charging Bull. It means he's going to be doing less damage when he switches places than he would if the Cocoon hadn't been there. But it's still a good amount of damage that he'll do if he survives. Nick Stalker discarding for a flame mission. Yep, there it is. And boom goes the dynamite. Alright, so that is, and then the magic missile coming out onto the charging bull. Boom, boom. Luke, the thing is, people discover what is a good card, and they complain because they're not used to it. Yeah, there is an element of that as well. Most people have decks that they really like to run, and then a very powerful card comes out that disrupts their deck, and they go, oh my god, it's ridiculous, it's too powerful, it shouldn't be able to do that. Whereas, of course, it has to do that. They have to release cards that mess up older decks, otherwise nobody would have any reason to get the new cards. They just keep using G1 decks. Purely rip, yep. Imagine you got to go. Have fun, everyone. Good unboxing. Thanks for stopping by the stream. I appreciate it. See you in Discord. The Ambush Vine, the Goblin Shredder, managed to do a significant amount of damage to Galimir. Purely comes out, not snagged by any kind of cocoon traps this time, and will manage to take care of both the Goblin Shredder and, no doubt, the Ambush Vine. Discarding into nature, and out comes the PLA again. There we go. Boom. And the Bullfighter manages to get 2 attack off. Both players doing pretty well for resources. Nick Stalker taking the lead in HP, but it's still anybody's game. Galimir with slight board control there with the Bullfighter, but the 2 damage Nick Stalker is not too worried about. Decides to charge up with all 3 of his turns in order to ensure that he gains as many resources as possible so that he can begin to match Galimir's resource level. Galimir discards into gold and uses the gold to summon an aggressive golden bomb squad. An interesting choice. Good attack value on it, so he may be trying to force a reaction from Nyx there, force some sort of heavy resource use. Nyx, it doesn't look like has any sort of super amount of resources. Vampire comes out not in front of the Golden Bomb Squad, comes out instead in front of the Bullfighter, which is interesting. And the Fiery Zealot in the middle. Very bold play there by Nick Stalker, choosing to ignore Galimir's threat on the far right-hand side and instead playing a threat of his own, hoping to capitalize on Galimir's relatively low resources. Holy Missile comes out that will take care of that Vampire +1. Unfortunately, this is why the Mana Vampire +1 is generally people's favorites. And the removal spell onto the Fiery Zealot. So Galimir maintains board control but has no resources left at this point. Nick Stalker also running very low on gold and darkness but has more than enough light. Uses the command hunting to take care of the Goblin Bomb Squad. Still leaves the Bullfighter on the field, of course. Discards into darkness. Let's see. Luke, you got to get going? Okay, thanks for stopping by the stream. See you in Discord. And what will he do now? Drops a skeleton in the middle, once again ignoring the Bullfighter, ignoring Galimir's threats, and choosing instead to play a threat of his own to force a reaction from Galimir. Galimir discards into green, obviously can't afford the PLA. Discards again into green, saving up for a hunt perhaps? No, saving up for an elephant. Again, quite bold there. Nyx has enough nature that he potentially has a removal spell in hand. Revives from the grave, takes himself down to 1 HP, so this is make or break now for Nyx. He discards into nature. Does he have a hunt? He does. There's the command hunting. The command hunting comes out, takes care of that elephant. Galimir asks, did I lose? Skeleton answers, clackety-clack, which means yes, you did. Wow. 1 HP left on Nick Stalker's side. Very, very close fight there. That was anybody's game for a good long portion of that fight. Well fought on both Nick Stalker and Galimir's sides. Very, very nice. Okay, and that marks the end of the Sunday sub-battles. That was actually a good amount of fights in there. What was that, like 10, 12 different fights? Excellent. Slow start, but we got there in the end. All right, so very quickly now, I will just mention the tournament. We have a big tournament coming up, either next weekend or the weekend after, depending on organizational stuff. The first place prize is going to be a large cash sum of gold. Currently, the first place prize is up at around 3.9 million, I think it was. If you're interested in donating to that, please go to the FRXA store run by Brown. That's where you can go and there are cards there for 25,000, 50,000, 100,000 and so on and so forth. Buy one of those cards for that amount of gold. That's how you donate to the tournament. Nyx is very pro at fighting with only 1 HP. Yes, he's very pro at fighting in general. So if you would like to help out with the donations, please go there. If you would like to get involved in the planning of the tournament, have your say, please join the Arcanauts Discord channel, as I'm linking just there it is. We are all booked up now in terms of number of slots, but we are still taking substitutes in case anybody drops out. It is a 24-man tournament, so there is a fairly good chance that some people are going to end up dropping out. As far as we bring our revenge against next year. As far as the tournament itself goes, it's actually quite simple this time. It is a knockout elimination, same as the last tournament. Everybody fights once, and if you win, you move up a bracket. If you lose, you are eliminated from the tournament. Everyone brings 3 decks to the tournament. They can be whatever you like, provided they are not hardcore gimmick decks, like Gates of Hell, Wave of Life, Dedicated Jurgen, that kind of thing. Next is every person who participates in the tournament gets to ban 1 card. So you can ban any card that you like, but only 1, and that card cannot be used by anybody in the tournament. It makes for some very interesting decks. I think everyone's going to be pretty excited about what the duelists are coming up with. Apart from that, all collaboration cards are allowed, all the XT cards are allowed, SIH cards are allowed, everything else is allowed. No further rules apart from that. Jukisha still hasn't banned the card. No, I got in touch with Jukisha Minibi this morning. He says that he's really, really busy at work right now, but he will get the ban in sometime within the next 24 to 36 hours. And all watchers received Jurgen. No. No. So yes, that's basically the tournament. If you are interested, as I say, in getting involved in it, either in a planning or a playing capacity, please join the Arcanauts Discord channel and make your voice heard. Apart from that, we are done for the day. So tomorrow there will, of course, as always, be a PvP deck video coming out at 3 p.m. GMT +1. And yeah, I don't think there's any more announcements to make at the moment, but if there are, I'll make them in Discord, so another reason to join up for that. For now, thanks for everyone for watching. I really appreciate it, and a special thank you to everybody who got involved in the Sunday sub battles. You guys are the real MVPs. And as always, a very super special extra big thank you to all the Arcanauts who have subscribed so far and the new Arcanauts who have subscribed today. I really, really appreciate it. Galimir, what about the tournament stuff? I have literally just spoken about the tournament stuff, Galimir. Literally the last 5 minutes was me talking about tournament stuff. Tibo, please sell you Jurgen. You're dying for this card. I only have 1. I'm sorry. It's taken me forever to get a hold of it as well. I got it in a random lucky pull from a Super Mutant booster like 2 weeks ago. I had 1 months ago, but I gave it away to a newbie. So, yes, I only have the 1. I need to keep it. Yes, if anybody has any further questions about the tournament, jump into the Discord and I will be happy to answer any questions, queries, suggestions or requests you may have there. For now though, that's it for this live stream. Tune in tomorrow to see the PvP deck video, and tune in next Sunday for another one of these live streams and possibly the tournament. Ooh, maybe. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, have fun and good luck.